Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Let's find out. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you stay for this one. And if you're returning, I hope you stay as well. Some stuff has happened in the last few days that's really gotten me to redirect the focus of this channel for what it is. Yes, it's about tarot. It's about getting answers. But more importantly, I started this because I noticed that a lot of people were feeling unloved. I noticed a lot of people were feeling, just a second, Gizmo. I noticed a lot of people were feeling lonely. We had just gone through a global pandemic, and no one had ever seen anything like that. It was scary, and more importantly, people became extremely lonely. The entire picture of who we were and everything we did got destroyed. And so I started this channel because I think it's really important that people know that they are important and they are loved and they are, a vital piece to this amazing organism we call Earth. I picked koalas because they're an animal that can literally be frightened to death. And we use fear a lot in our society to get control and sway people and control them. And we've forgotten that love, as cheesy as it sounds, is really the answer. When people care about nothing but giving to other people and loving and being there for other human beings, they can't be controlled. They have nothing that they're afraid of losing because you can't take someone's love. And I think they've wanted people to forget that. I decided to do this reading talk today, mostly because I kept getting these different things. Somebody reached out in the comments and was really having a difficult time. And I was like, I want to be part of the solution. I want to be part of, I've been extremely lonely. I was doing a class and it was talking about pictures that are perfect that we have within our psyche. And I realized I didn't have any because they've all been obliterated through my life. There is no perfect anything, in my opinion. But what I did realize is that by knowing at some point that I had one person that cared, that if I was here, if I woke up the next morning, that was what life was about. I've had people that have unalived themselves. They will never be here to wake up. I've had friends, die in really horrible ways as children, and they will never be here again. But their memory will, and I can move that forward and tell other people and try to reach out to them that life is important no matter how hard it is. On the worst days, there's someone that is actually having a harder day and needs to know that you made it through. Like, you guys don't know me. I have, yet to share why I'm here, why I do what I do, why I can understand so many of your energies. It's because there have been some really, really difficult things in my life that I have survived, literally. And I am so grateful for every day that I get up and every day that I get to see my children and every day that I get to see the people in my life who show up every day, whether they feel like it or not. I have wonderful people in my life. And even when I didn't, someone would come along, a stranger, when I had no one, when I was like, a kind word from someone at a clinic, like, oh, here, let me help you with that. It makes all the difference. We do not know how important we are to others. So I'm here on this channel because I really care. And I don't feel like it's my responsibility to lift people up, but I think it's my human responsibility to make sure that if I can make a difference in someone's life, if I can make them hold on one more day, or sorry, this is emotional for me, or if I can offer a moment's hope that they can be here one more day, that it's worth it. That's when we get our world back. When we remember that we are all connected. We are all part of this world. And you guys mean a lot to me. I've gone through some serious things, and since I've started this channel, I have felt less alone than I have in a long time. The people in my life are wonderful. But I'm sure, as you know, when you're going through certain things, it is nice to have others that understand without you having to tell them, without having to transmute your trauma onto them. So you guys mean the world to me. So I'm going to get to the reading because I've been talking for 7 minutes, which is very unlike me. So if you're new to this channel and you made it this far, this is where the reading starts. Not usually, but I thought it was important for me to talk to you guys. I don't know why, but I wanted you to know I'm a real person, and I'm coming on here because I feel like it's really important that people know they're not alone. That no matter how bad they feel about what they've done, or, like, where did that image in your head get that you have to be perfect in order to have friends, in order to give your opinion, in order to start a YouTube channel, in order to read tarot? Do you think you have to look a certain way? Do you think you have to, like, know everything? I certainly don't. I mean, I've been studying these cards for years, and I still don't know things about them that I should. It's because I feel like I give my own take on that. And the world needs yours. The world needs you. The world needs your special piece to this puzzle, this special, like, star, constellation in the galaxy. If all these weren't here, our entire magnetic resonance field, time-space continuum would be different. If one of these gets out of alignment, we're all part of this system. So anyway, to the tarot reading. And here's the koalas saying hi. So the reason I started talking about this is because I drew the 10, the 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is the completion. This is like getting, so 10 is the completion. So it turned. And I was like asking the question, why? Why is it turning in the way it's turning? We used to have love. We used to have support. We used to care about each other, like when we were small communities. So why now? And what I saw was because they turned love into a thing about money. It was no longer about the union of people. It was no longer even about the union of families together to work together to grow something, but that love was just about money and just about things. And so if we could make people feel poor, in the physical world, no houses, no clothes, no food, none of these things, and love stopped being as important. We've got to put love aside so that we can get the money, so we can pay for the things. What they didn't want you to remember is that it was love. It was always love. Like when you have your child, or you are with somebody that you just love so much, a friend, a pet, and there's this love. That's, who cares about this? You don't. When you've had that feeling, and it may have been when you were 4 years old, I understand that. Or you may have never had it, but you feel it inside you. That is priceless. They tried to make us feel poor and then hopeless because they equated love with money, and it's not. And so then they attacked, they tried to kill, our abundance by training us that love could be filled up by things. When we realized this was a double-edged sword, we were trying to go for this, not realizing that we were stabbing ourselves. Not literally, but like even in this Wheel of Fortune card, there's an arrow, and love, an arrow. Like there's this directed thing, and there's something about wings. I picked out 3 decks to do for this reading, and all 3 of them have wings on the back. One's got a crow, one's got just angel wings, and one has the, I guess this is a, what is that bird? I don't think it's a falcon. I don't know. There's a bird in Egypt that is like the bird, the main bird. But like, here's the crow, and has a very similar bird. And then the angel wings. And I didn't notice this until I had them in front of me. So it's like really understanding that, the way we think about love is the problem. I mean, like, I'm sorry, I am a grown woman, as you can tell, and my room is surrounded, this isn't a gimmick, that, Care Bears, Cabbage Patch Kids, Inside Out, koalas, Pikachu, My Little Pony, Moon Knight. I've got Cabbage Patches over here, and Troll Dolls, and books, and Light Bright, and Groot. And I've got koalas right here, and the Muppet Show. I mean, this room is, a child's room. And I thought it was really important because as we get older, we lose that love. Like when we're little kids, all we care about is if our mom loves us. Like, oh my gosh, every movie is about a mom dying, and the kids everybody has to go on and survive it. We love that first caregiver so much. It's just like, even if that person is the worst person in the world, or even if they're doing things, and we love them because we are created with an infinite source of love, and that energy is the light that children carry. So as an adult, if you want to feel that, the answer is love. It is looking at every situation on how you can give, how you can really honestly give. And it's amazing how much that grows. It is literally like sun shining. People are like, oh, well, there's only an infinite amount of love you can give. And I'm like, well, the sun just keeps on shining. It'll burn you, so love can be intense. And it's important to remember that, if people don't want your love, you got to back off, and that's why I'm on here, because anybody who shows up, they sought this out. I didn't come find you and try to give you a hug and say, let's go, play with some toys. I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. So you got manifestation and more wings. So like you are manifesting. And I was talking about that. All these arrows and stuff are coming from above. But here is this like little spark, this little star. And I was talking about, being in the galaxies, being in the universe, this one star, but it's a part of everything. And you're creating that. You are this integral piece of the universe. Like, I really do mean that if I came on here and one person sits here and goes, oh my gosh, I needed that, then I am happy. I really, really care about you guys. I need you to know that I'm not the only one. There are people that care. And I hope to kind of, it's not a cult, but it certainly feels like we need more of this. We need more people who want to just, be there for people so that they Oh yeah, I was in San Francisco and I see on the bus, it's like call a friend. It's for elderly people. It has all these different languages and you can just call them up and talk to someone. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like that there's a program that exists with the idea that I had in mind. Like you're not alone, you know? Hey, you got this. Like you can do what I do, because you just got to feel though. It's a hard job in that way. You have to be open to feeling things that hurt, that are sad, that are all these different things. But in doing that, I feel like I understand what's going on a little more. And that's kind of like just putting things together, like a puzzle. So you got meditation. Yeah, sitting there, really thinking about what you want to manifest. Like, look, it's like the little girl version of her, thinking and then manifesting it. Because when she was a child, all she had was the time to meditate, to think about all the things she wanted to do when she grew up. Like there's the star back there, and she's thinking about it and she's planning. And he, she, it does not matter. That is not the point here. It's the essence. She's thinking about what she wants to create when she's a kid. That's meditation. That daydreaming you used to do as a kid, that's meditation. Looking up at the clouds and seeing different things, that is literally signs and synchronicities. That's meditation. Like it's all the things, you know, like all the things you did as a kid, swinging. Think about how meditative that is. These are all meditative practices that we do as kids, but we don't have the agency to produce until we're adults. And then we manifest when we get older. Wow. I know this might not have been people's cup of tea. I get that. And hey, if you want more of a traditional reading, I'm going to be around, you know, for live and stuff like that. And all my readings aren't like this, but I felt like somebody needed to hear it. And I felt like I needed to communicate what the goal of this channel is. There's a lot of tarot readers out there. I get that. I'm using tarot more as an agent, you know, and a vehicle, because people are curious. And I was curious if I talked, and it's number 11. I used to play basketball. That was my jersey number. I was curious if there were other people out there that were interested in connecting, wanted to know more, wanted to foster more love. I'm a child of the 80s. I loved, you know, the Care Bear stare, which was literally just shooting out love out of their solar plexus and hearts. It was the chakra rainbow. And I saw that as a kid and I was like, oh yes, that is my goal in life, to be a Care Bear. So I know that's weird, but that's always been my goal. Like no matter what, I've had a lot of career paths and different directions I've gone, but always on the Care Bear trail. So are you a curious person? Do you want to see what the world has to offer? If you give all of the stuff you have to offer, it's pretty cool, you know? And, you know, if you're interested in doing something like I do, hey, do it. You know, the more, the better. I want tons of people out there, you know, spreading the word that we're not alone. We are special. We are special because we love. We love with intention. And that's an amazing human quality, to love with intention. It's not just instinct. It's intention. And you guys do that. Like you guys have opposable thumbs, and you also have a way to show that you're feeling good, that you're feeling happy. So like I said, pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs around you. Have wonder in your life, just like a child. Have childlike wonder. You know, I love that. No matter what, I always remember what it's like. And as long as I hold on to that, I make it through almost near impossible situations. So anyway, I love you guys. Hey, that's Gizmo. Hi, Gizmo. And if you haven't already, and if you haven't just like unsubscribed, Please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on your notification. I heard from YouTube there were only a very small percentage of subscribers getting notifications. And so they told me to remind everybody that that's really important. And what else? I love you guys. I love you guys. And I hope you come back. Okay. Bye.